A long, long time ago, in a far, far away place called Blackistan, there were wars, and these conflicts were called the Blackistan Wars. And throughout these wars, there arose a man of royal lineage, and his name was Benjamin de Souza. He brought forth a sword that will shine light in darkness, free the captive minds, and bring truth and justice. His eyes glimmered like ember. His skin was like fine burnished steel, and as he walked, behind him he left a glistening wake. This is the story of Benjamin de Souza, the Prince and the Warlord. Yo, what's happening? It's Benjamin de Souza here, the Prince, back with another classic. ARC made a recent video talking about home wreckers, dirty mackers, and side dudes and whatnot. And he said something that I really want to speak to. He said he wanted to define home wreckers as mate poachers, or as he put it, wife thieves or husband thieves. I disagree with that, and I speak about this in a video that I made called You Break, You Buy. For any fella out there, if I'm dealing with a girlfriend, fiance, or wife, if you fuck my bitch, she's yours. You can have her. Straight like that, she's yours. She can't come home after that. You fuck my bitch, she's yours, fella. Straight like that. How that song go? No more shopping sprees. No more late night creeps. No more VIP. No more dough. We can't even kick it, you hoe. Or whatever Joe said. But you get the point. Like, no, it's the main issue to me, how I view home. Because the main objective of a home is to raise functional children. That's just my opinion. Females come and go. My father told me a long time ago, Benjamin, why you fuss over that gal? It's a plenty of fish in the sea. So, if a fella comes along and his swag juice is dripping a little bit harder than mine, and he get my girl, that's fine. I don't have no problem with that. My problem is where assets, estate, and children get involved. Now I spoke about this in a video where I responded to Rude MP, where I likened a side dude or an adulterer as a thief, because the husband who's going to work, busting up the ship row 40, 60, 70, 80 hours a week, putting this chick up, putting a roof over her head, affording her a lifestyle of some sort, only for her to turn around and give benefits and perks that should be afforded to her husband to another man. That's thievery. That's thievery. That's like I work 40 hours at a job, but my boss decides to take 30% out of my paycheck and give it to somebody else who didn't even show up for work 2 days out of the week. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't go for that shit at your job. And like I've said before, I view every relationship, especially nowadays, intimate relationships between men and women, as a business. I view it as a Fortune 500 company. Like I'm the CEO of a Fortune 500 company. Shout out to Complex Design. Our differences aside, I'm really interested in hearing his take on a non-state sanctioned union. So shout out to him, because I've always had it in the back of my mind. But since we have a live example of that, I will be inclined to hear what this man has to say about that. But be that as it may, that's fraud. It's not necessarily the gentleman taking your woman. Because if he takes your woman, okay, now he takes on the burden to take care of said woman. Have no problem with that. None whatsoever. My issue is you're getting the benefits that should be allotted to me. Whole time I'm paying the freight. I'm doing the heavy lifting. That, sir, is a home wrecker. Because if I find my wife cheating on me, she got to go. She got to go. So, one of my main points of contention with what ARC was saying in this video was his definition of a home wrecker. He gave a scenario where I believe the fella was named Bruce and the woman was named, I don't know, Tasha, whatever. So he enters into the picture. Tasha then tells Bruce that he doesn't want to date her. She doesn't want to date him. She wants to date ARC. She doesn't want to date Bruce. She wants to date ARC. Or Tasha tells Bruce that she has a strong attraction to ARC. Bruce gets disheveled and gets dismayed and divorces her or breaks up with her. Then he defined that as being a home wrecker. No, sir. You or any other person entering an extra penis into the equation will bring about entropy, a lack of order or predictability, a gradual decline into instability. Let me say that again. A lack of order and predictability, a gradual decline into disorder. That's what entropy is. And that's exactly what you do as a side dude when you interject your penis into a relationship of another man and another woman. Being a home wrecker isn't just rolling up on a nigga's estate and saying, listen, man, now we can handle this like some gentlemen, or we can get into some gangster shit. See, your bitch chose me. And then you ride off in the sunset in your 78 Cadillac with the top down, diamond in the back, sunroof top, digging in the scene with the gangster lean and shit. No, that's not what that's about, man. Being a home wrecker is a lot more insidious and subtle than that. I told Mr. ARC when I spoke to him about a week ago or so, when he said, well, I had no knowledge of being a home wrecker. I said, listen, brother, just because a tree falls in the forest and you're not around to hear it, doesn't mean it didn't make a sound. Entropy, as it is defined, is a gradual decline into disorder. Think about it like this, right? You have a wife who is content with the flow of the marriage, right? You are a hard-working man. I don't know, pick an occupation, but you work a lot of hours to maintain a middle class to upper middle class, slightly lower upper class lifestyle. Let's say solidly 6 figures with some passive income, assets and whatnot. And she knows her role. You know your role. Enter a side dude, stage right. He's not of your lifestyle. He's not of your ilk. Matter of fact, he's a struggle mixtape rapper. All he does all day is sell whack ass mixtapes and dime bags of Reggie and shit. And he has a lot of free time to go to the gym and work out to get his body game on point. So he got different cards. He's playing with different cards in his hand than you are. Now he comes in and corrupts the palate of your wife. Maybe your wife's sexual palate was already corrupted. Maybe she just didn't have the opportunity to exercise her corruption. Who knows? Either way, side dude interjected himself in a situation where he should not have been. Now she's waxing fat from both ends, while simultaneously robbing you of benefits that should be allocated to you. There was a recent podcast that Jason Black did on his channel, The Business. I think it was like the last one that he said he did, that he was going to do. And he spoke about something that I've been speaking about for some time now on this channel, when I speak about the finesse culture, because side dude culture or side bitch culture, whatever you want to call it, goes hand in hand with finesse culture. And Jason Black said that it was his summation that black people as a whole would do a whole lot better if we can just all put it on the table. If the woman says, I would do X, Y, and Z, and I require LMNOP, and the man says, okay, I require LMNOP, and I will do X, Y, and Z. Both parties come to an agreement like, okay, you're going to do this, and in exchange, I'm going to do that. And Obsidian has also spoken about this with the horse trade, argument. If we can just come to the table and come to some middle ground and be honest with each other on what we want from one another, then it will save a whole lot of grief, you know? Because I'm in my mid-30s, I'm not as swagnificent as I used to be in my early 20s. My early 20s was what? Mid-2000s, going into the 10s and shit. That was what? Baggy clothes central and shit. But, you know, I made it work, man. I was up on all the fly gear, you know, had car washed, had that motherfucker waxed and all that other shit, man. Had my locks twisted, man. You feel me? Fresh Air Force Ones and shit. You know, out on the prowl for bitches. But as I gotten older, man, this whole swag thing now, my swag is refined to a more, fits my lifestyle more. I'm more of a blue collar slash professional. You know, I'm not some young 20-something-year-old trying to live out a rap video fantasy. So I put my cards on the table. But if I'm dealing with shorty and she wants a man who's swagged out, who's, you know, trying to live out some rap video, then she needs to let me know. If I come how I come, the manner in which I dress, speak, carry, and comport myself, but I'm bringing X, Y, and Z benefits, but the manner in which I carry myself is a problem for you, let me know that up front. Because if I'm not swagged out enough for you, sis, you can keep it moving. Same goes for the men. You know? If it's not what you want and you're not willing to compromise on certain things, if you just have to have this or you just have to have that, don't waste her time and don't waste dude time. Because like I said before, if a female I'm dating chews up on another dude, c'est la vie. Such is life, man. Okay, whatever. My issue, and I've lived this, my issue is that when you have family formations, when children are involved, and when estates are involved, that's my issue. And any finagling of that unit by a side dude or whatever is an act of home wrecking. Now, if you want to go to the extreme and say, well, if I officially just take his wife from him or take his girlfriend from him, that's home. No, nigga. No, it's not. No, it's not. That's too narrow of a definition. In conclusion, side bitch culture, side dude culture, finesse culture, all of that, it's bad. It should not be lauded or praised in any reason, you know. And I'm not, you know, let me not just throw stones and hide my hands. I have been guilty of being a side dude a time or two in my life. It's nothing I brag about. I never talk about it. I say, yes, I've engaged in that type of behavior. I'm ashamed of it. I'm very much ashamed of it, because when I think about it in retrospect, the damage that I did, you know, the damage that I did to my fellow brother, whether I was there to see the tree fall or not, I did damage, you know, because when you sit down and think about it, and you think about a home being wrecked, if your wife is getting very irritable with you, and she's getting very distant with you, and she's cutting off the sex because she done spent all her vagina juice on the side nigga, that right there, that's not so much a wrecking ball coming through and wrecking your home. That's like termites. the rot eating away at the wood. The rot's already in the wood. When you as a side dude interject yourself into someone else's relationship, whether it be a LTR, long-term relationship, or a marriage, you are the termite. You are the termites in that couple's home. You know? Because, listen, no man wants to go out here in the world, slay the dragon, bust up the ship road, carry the water, whatever you want to call it, afford his wife a lifestyle, to be walking around the house with a dry penis. You know what I'm saying? If I get married to a chick, you know, I'm not marrying her just to support her and put her up in the house and walk around with a dry penis and jergens and bust out the jergens from time to time. No. I want the total package. I want my sexual needs gratified. I want shit on the home front to be taken care of. And I want peace up in my motherfucking house. But when you have side dude enter stage right, now she's gonna deliberately slack. She's gonna start slacking. And here's the ill shit. Because women don't necessarily deal in reality all the time. They might start getting the signals crossed. This is why it's not good for a woman to deal with multiple men. Because a woman she'll be in a LTR or a strong committed relationship with a man who is a producer. Then, you know, this producer dude who's doing all the boyfriend shit, all the husband shit, all the protection and provision type of shit, he's doing all that. She then brings in an outside penis into the equation. She will subconsciously, without knowing, attribute the attributes that are associated with her producer to the side dude. And now she'll get to thinking, well, shit, you know, I'm a lead. Why the fuck am I fucking with Steve, the engineer, when I can just fuck with, I don't know, Jonathan, the side dude? Even though she's not knowing that Jonathan, the side dude, is not a producer like Steve. But she's got too many different penises up in her. Now she's getting those signals crossed. Now she's thinking Jonathan can be a producer like Steve. She's thinking that they're interchangeable. She's thinking that the men that she's fucking with are interchangeable. And she doesn't snap to this reality until her husband Steve completely leaves the picture, and she's stuck with Jonathan. And she said, oh shit, you know what? Jonathan is nothing like Steve.